Hi there, I'm Hajiyat the Grey Indian. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time, my channel is all about my grey hair journey, makeup application after the age of 40, and some skincare tips. So if you want to see what this channel is all about, please give me a subscribe, like this video if you do like it, and let's continue. Okay, so before we start, I just want to point out, if you're in London, in England, you will understand. The lighting in the room might go a little bit funny because I don't use any ring light or anything like that. I use a natural window. And the weather has been absolutely crazy in England in the past few weeks. It's been rainy, then suddenly sun's coming out, and then it's cloudy, then you've got a bit of thunder, then suddenly a rainbow pops up. So it's all a bit crazy at the moment. So if the lighting starts changing, I just want you to know it's because of the crazy British weather that we're having at the moment, which, to be quite honest, I actually really like. I love it. But you know, each to their own. A lot of people don't. So today, anyway, moving on to the video, today's video is all about things that I wish I had known before I started to go grey. So if you're somebody who now wants to go on your journey and you know you're thinking about going grey, maybe these tips might help you. It's just things that I wish I knew about before I'd started. So without further ado, let's get going with that. Okay, so number one, and these are in the order that I think it's important. Social media is amazing for things like this. So before I decided to go grey, I was looking at a lot of pictures, and earlier on it was because I went to show my husband that, you know, this is what silver hair can look like. What do you think? So I was basically trying to win him over. And but that's all I did. I just went onto Google Images. However, if you go onto Instagram and you put in like the hashtag Silver Sisters, Grombre, grey hair, and Silver Sisters International, oh my goodness, you would be so surprised the amount of grey, silver, white-haired women that are out there. Honestly, it's like this huge community. It's like a movement almost. And I hadn't checked that out before. I had no idea about the Instagram community. And not just that, then there was also Facebook. So on Facebook, you also have Silver Sisters and Going Grey Gracefully. You know what? I don't mind linking, actually. I'll link a few of them below today. And so, you know, if you are deciding to go on this journey, take a look at some of them, because honestly, you'll see so many women of all ages. You know, I'm in my mid-40s. There are women who are older than me and younger than me who've who've embraced their natural color. So it's really inspiring and really encouraging to see, especially when they are women who've kind of been documenting their journey like week by week or month by month. It is really, really helpful, and there might be someone that you can relate to on there, who can just give you that extra push or encouragement if that's what you need. So yeah, please check out those links below, because honestly it will be really, really helpful. Number two, right, so the early days of going grey are tough. I was fortunate because I was in lockdown at the time, so I didn't have to go out. However, when it came to about 5-6 months and I went out, I did wonder about, you know, what some mums might think on the school run. Not worried about it, but just more curious about it. So what I would say is, in the early days, I would say give it 3 to 4 months. That's like the phase of where it's not always looking great. It's still just starting to grow through slightly. It doesn't look like it's on purpose. So, you know, you might think that people are thinking that, oh, you're kind of like being a bit unkempt or something, you know, you're just not looking after yourself, or you're just, because that is the perception, right, when you start going grey from people who are none the wiser. But once you get past that stage, then it's absolutely fine. And I actually have a video about how to cover your greys in the earlier days, and I think I have 5 different ways that you can cover your greys, so I'll link that up here, and then you can basically check that out after the video today to see if it helps you. Number 3, right, so for me, I honestly thought my growth pattern was going to be completely different. And I don't know whether a lot of women think this or not, or whether I was just a bit naive about it, but I actually thought I would have a whole head of silver. I really thought I would have silver everywhere. But I don't. I only had it on my hairline, and I should have kind of known this, because whenever my roots did come through, it was always on the hairline and around here. But for some reason, I just thought, well, if I just let my hair go, even those darker hairs back there, they'll start going grey, and it's not like that for me. I have a few highlights back here that are grey, but my hair is prominently on the grey is on the hairline all the way around to the bottom over here. So everyone's growth is different. There are some women who might just get the one strip, which I absolutely love. They have the one strip that just goes grey. You have some women who basically are all grey. So you have like what we call the skunk grey. So basically it will grow here, and you get a very strong demarcation line, because obviously it's quite a big contrast with the black or dark brown hair, and then you've got your grey, your whites or silvers growing through. So but oh my god, when it is all one color like that, and then it does eventually grow through, like I've seen some sisters now on Instagram, and their hair growth has come up to about here, and I can't even tell you how lovely it looks. Some of them actually look like they've had their hair done like that, because what happens is it's almost like, in a weird way, almost like a balayage kind of thing, because they've got their white grey hair growing up to here. Then you've got like a really nice light tone of a brown. So those are the hairs that are about to turn, that are going off, basically off of the darker color, the dye that might have been in there. And then you have the rest of the darker hair, and it literally looks like they have had their hair done like that on purpose. And that's what the great thing is. So everybody has their individual growth. Everybody's hair grows differently. Some people are salt and pepper, so it is literally like highlights sprinkled everywhere, and that's fantastic too. So give it I would say around about 5-6 months, and then you will kind of get an idea what your hair is going to kind of be looking like, in the sense of what the growth's like. But it changes throughout, to be honest. I thought I would be a lot lighter. Now I feel like I'm actually seeing a bit of darkness over here, which is kind of devastating me a bit, because I don't really want the dark hair now, because I want the grey. But yeah, it just changes so much. So give yourself a bit of time. Don't look at other people and think that that's how it's going to grow, or that's how it's going to grow. That's the beauty of your natural hair. It just can't be replicated. It's just your hair, and it grows so differently. So there we go. That's number 3. Number 4, grey hair. Now my grey hair hasn't been too coarse or too hard to control. What they do love doing is just basically standing up to attention. They're rebellious, I guess they're finally happy to get out and be able to breathe, and have their own space in your head. I don't know whether it's excitedness or it's just the way our grey hair is, but I've had other sisters comment about how their hair is quite coarse. They ask me, what do you do with your hair? Why are yours your greys just seem quite silky and just kind of, they behave themselves. And there's no right answer for this, because everybody's hair texture is, once again, different. It's just like somebody having straight hair like mine, but their hair is going to be a little bit coarser than mine, even if it's darker. Well, grey hair is exactly the same. Everyone's grey hair has a different texture to it. So if you're curly haired, or if you're straight haired, or you're wavy, kinky, whatever your hair is, everybody has their own texture going on. So I mean, if you do have quite coarse hair or dry hair, and you think that's the way it's going, just use hair masks. Condition it, love it, care for it. That's your own hair going through now. So just try all of these kind of treatments and see if it makes a difference. I mean, it's definitely not going to be doing any harm. You're only basically repairing, replenishing, and sometimes good food for the hair can do miracles. So give it a go, and just remember, everyone's texture is different. So number 5, let's talk about the naysayers, the negativities that come along with your choice to go grey, silver or white. So this is giving you a heads up that it can happen. There's only a few women that have got away without having a negative comment. And negative comment, I don't mean just being horrible or nasty about the hair. There's also the ones that just say, I don't think you're going to be able to do this. Do you think it's going to look right? So not actually directly insulting you or being horrible, but having their own doubts, and projecting those onto you about, you know, what you might feel down the line. And I'm just going to say, just try and bat them off. I have another video, which is all around negative comments and how I think you can respond to them. And I'll link that up there as well. But, you know, it is going to happen. You just basically need to just prepare yourself for it, that it can happen. And don't kick yourself if someone has said something and you might have said something or not said something, then you've walked away and thought, I wish I had said this. Why couldn't I have thought this afterwards? Let me tell you, I honestly believe that 90% of the population feel this way. That when a conversation, a confrontation, or a disagreement has taken place, you tend to walk away thinking, I wish I had said this. You know, it's happened to me so many times. So, you know, don't kick yourself about it. Just handle it however you think is best. You can respond, you can give attitude, you can be nice about it, you can be silent about it, you can smile about it. It's up to you how you want to respond to that comment, but just be prepared that there will be certain things that people will try and tell you and project onto you. But you know what, you've just got to just be adamant, you know, be strong with what you've decided to do. And just remember, if you have any doubts, no one's judging you. If you want to dye your hair, go get a box of dye and put it in your hair, and that's it, you know. You're back to being you. So whoever you are, if you want to dye your hair, that's fine. But if you don't, you know, just hang in there, because once you get past it, I'm telling you, you will past those few months, you're gonna do great. So there we go. Those are my 5 things that I wish I had known before I decided to go grey. So I hope that has helped you today. If you haven't already and you enjoyed this video today, please give me a subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and yeah, please check out the negative comments video, and also about how you can cover your roots in the early days. And my video comes out every Sunday, so if you hit the notifications, you will get the notification that it's come out on the Sunday. Anyway, until next weekend, take care, and remember, my sisters, it's okay to be grey. Bye.